What is the difference between conservative, liberal, libertarian, populist? What are these four different political ideologies, right? And how do I know which one I am and which one this candidate is? What do they mean? Okay. There's been a lot of confusion because these terms pop up all over the place. And yet I feel like most people don't realize what they really mean. Luckily, we have a political compass out there that kind of diagrams how these four interact with each other and how you can tell which one you would be, right? Which one you would lean toward. And so this political compass is divided into a quadrant, right? There's four areas. The first axis, the horizontal axis, lies or shows, right, the difference between being right minded and being left minded. Okay. And then there is a vertical axis right here that has the difference between being libertarian, and this isn't the political ideology libertarian, we'll discuss that. The difference between being libertarian and being authoritarian. Okay. And you can kind of guess the difference between those, authority and liberty, right? And so people see this on the political compass and it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? It's like, okay, well, what does left mean? What does authoritarian mean? What does right mean? Which one am I? I had an economics professor explain it to me once, and it made so much more sense. So, this diagram, or the political ideology you align yourself with most, depends on how much that you want the government involved in your life. Okay? How much you want government involvement in your life. This horizontal axis right here, if you're left or right, this has to do with economically, right? How much you want the government involved in your economic life, okay? If you're more right minded, you want there to be economically less involvement, okay? If you're more left minded, you want there to be more economic involvement, right? Economic, there we go. For example, taxes, regulations, healthcare, social security, right? All of those are economic policies. If you're more right minded, you want there to be less government involvement in that. You don't want high taxes. You don't want regulations. You want to be able to do what you want with your money, right? If you want healthcare, you'll go buy healthcare. You don't need the government providing healthcare, right? That is right minded. If you're left minded, then you think, oh, the government should tax us. They should tax the wealthy. They should redistribute it, right? They should provide healthcare. They should provide benefits. The government should provide for our economic means, right? So that's the difference between left and right here. It's economical. The vertical axis, though, has to do with social issues. Okay. So this one's economic issues, this one is social issues. If you're authoritarian, you want more government involvement in social issues. Okay. Social issues meaning gay marriage, marijuana, abortion, religion, right? All those social policies. Okay. If you're authoritarian, you want more government involvement in saying what is and isn't allowed as far as social issues go, right? If you're libertarian, you want less social, right? Involvement. The government shouldn't have a say on whether or not your marriage is valid or not. The government shouldn't say whether you can have abortion or not. Those should be your rights that the government shouldn't touch, right? And so, people that want less economic involvement, yet more social involvement, These are your conservatives. Okay. A lot of people think conservatives just hate government and they don't want government involved in anything. That is libertarianism. Okay. Libertarians think that way. They don't want the government involved at all. We should be free from taxes, but also free to smoke marijuana, right? Conservatives think we should be free from heavy taxes, but the government should make marijuana illegal, right? See the difference there? Conservatives want government involvement as far in regards to social issues. Libertarians do not. On the flip side of the scale, those that want more economic involvement, right? Those that want more economic development and more economic involvement by the government, yet less social involvement, these are your liberals, right? The government shouldn't tell me what I can and can't do with my life, but it does have the ability to tax or to provide healthcare, right? That's what liberals believe. Very opposite of what conservatives believe. They're on opposite ends of the scale, right? Liberals and conservatives, I feel like, are the most polarized and the most prominent, right, in political life. Libertarians, you don't hear a ton of, okay? This fourth one, though, especially, you hardly ever hear of, and these are populists. Populistas. Populists. These are the people that want government involvement in everything, right? Total opposite of libertarians. Libertarians say to heck with the government. We don't want any government in our lives. Populists, though, believe the government should be involved in everything. The government should give us health care, right? And should also tell us what we can and can't do, okay? So that is a really basic summation, right, of the political compass and the difference between these four political ideologies, okay?